Hey everybody, welcome one and all again to another session of the Era of the Dragons, a little D&D game that we like to run here, that I run for these fine folks here. Um, so I'm going to have these fine folks introduce themselves. We'll start with you, Silver.
Hi, everybody. My name is Silver underscore Bulette, or aka Steven. And I will be playing Fenceris Roxalar, who is a dragonborn rogue who uses she, her pronouns.
Awesome. Penny.
Hello, my name is Penny. I use she, they pronouns. I'll be playing Gift, who is a human warlock druid multi-class who also, well, they use she, her.
Perfect. Tara.
Hi, I'm Tara. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing a chromatic dragonborn wizard by the name of Merlin, who goes by he, him pronouns.
I'm Archangelic, aka Mal. I use she, her pronouns. I'm going to be the game master tonight. Soliloquy.
Hey, I am Siliqui Jaden. I use they, them pronouns. I will be playing a tiefling barbarian named Grief. Grief uses a combat wheelchair, and the combat wheelchair is designed by Sarah Thompson, who you can find on Twitter under Mustang's Art. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user, so I like to play that in game as well. Couple of announcements. Obviously, as you can see, we are still here on Archangelic. We had a slight little hiccup this week, but we are hoping that we will be on track for next week to be at Lantern Light Adventures instead of here at Archangelic. So we will drop the link in the chat, in the Twitch chat, so that you can follow us on all of the socials. And yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, that link is in the chat. You can go ahead and follow us there. We hope to get there next week, but things happen, life happens. So let's get started with this game. So the party known as Safe Enough Incorporated agreed to do a favor for Billy Bob Bones in order to find the wife of Mayor Lance Asherson of Stork's Run. His wife had been kidnapped by Jax Fletcher and his acid guard. Billy agreed to investigate the Fletcher family to find Jax, but in exchange, you all needed to clear a minor haunting in his home. Upon investigation, you found that his home is above one of the sources of magic in this world that contains the Wellspring of Dreams, a representation of psychic power. She challenged you to a battle, which she determined you won, granting you a boon, a crystalline spear that takes the form of a weapon you desire. You return to Billy, task completed, and he immediately asks you to sign some documents to confirm, but actually those documents were to sign over ownership of the big house that you cleared over to you. So you are now the owner of the house formerly known as Billy Bob's Big House. And that's where we find ourselves. Billy turns to you and says, I have some information that I have come across about Mr. Fletcher. See, the Fletchers, amongst other business, they own the company that moves garbage outside of the city. But they also run a casino, the Glimmering Arrow. And they're having a little gala in a couple days. How do you feel about some espionage?
You don't happen to have any disguise potions or anything, do you?
Oh, speaking of which, he pulls out a coin purse, a heavy coin purse, and just like puts it on the table. Oh, that is well, this is twofold. It is officially payment for services rendered. But also I need you to, if you decide to join me, equip yourselves properly.
Fair enough. Espionage. Is there anyone who just needs to get sneakily into the building? I'm down with that. Then I don't have to drink a disguise potion. Those things are disgusting. Have you ever had one, Billy? They're disgusting.
You know, I have not. See, my hat here does that for me. I don't much care for potions. They are quite bitter.
Yeah. Disguise is like the worst one I found, but at least healing potions taste a little bit like cinnamon. That's nice. They got that little taste.
So they taste like cinnamon? I'll have to talk to Todd. Wait, no, not Todd. Trip. Trip supplies my potions, and maybe he needs a cook's touch.
Oh, yeah, that's entirely possible. But yeah, if several of I know Gift's really good at changing herself up, and I think Grief has done it several times, so they're probably great for already sneaking in. There's not a whole lot that you can do with this. I can wrap my tail around my leg, but even then, no snicks. It sticks out a little bit more than most.
So you said you all have met Jax face to face.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Jax knows us quite well by now.
Gift, you're shaking your head.
Oh, I suppose we did meet him way back at the beginning, but the more recent was a projection.
Yeah, that's correct. You thought you had tracked him down in Stork's Run, but it turns out, yeah,
Right.
he had set someone else to look like him. I guess for this exact reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not as much of a concern. Sneaking in is not. We're not going to be sneaking in. We're going to go in the front door.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is. I would rather you talk to my second infiltration team when they get here this evening. For now, though, I have worked out a nice little deal with Kay. She runs a store here. It's a little posh for my taste, but but she makes good clothes. So, she runs Adorned, the boutique. That is the name of it. I don't understand, but so you are all going to be my entourage.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Are we
Down with that.
supposed to look like fancy, or are we supposed to look like hired bodyguards?
Yes and no. You need to look like I pay my bodyguards well.
Okay. So fancy bodyguards. Okay.
Fancy bodyguards.
Billy, do you have clothing for us to accomplish such a feat?
That is what you will be talking to Kay about. I have a little bit of a tab with her boutique.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I guess we'll discuss more details when the time comes, but the plan is you will be coming with me. Here's the information I found from when you told me, I immediately got one of my guys to work at the casino, see if anything was up. That's why it took me a little while. But he says there is a lower basement where they keep their what Jax takes to call in his collateral.
Oh.
I don't
Huh.
take kindly to people who traffic in people. It is it's a flea in my hat. And I just can't stand that.
It is a particularly disgusting business.
I agree. I've put men on pikes for less. And he says, this plan is twofold. We enter the front door. I have a secondary team that is going to rob that casino blind. While they are robbing the place, we're going to use that chaos to get into the basement.
Okay, one question though. When you say rob, do you mean like held up at knife point rob, or they are supposed to be sneaking in rob?
I don't know exactly what they have planned. That is more what we'll need to discuss later.
Okay.
But I imagine I'm hoping for explosions and large carts of gold being wheeled out of the place.
Right.
That's the hope.
Fair. The only reason I'm asking is because if this is a big event and high rollers are going to be there, we probably won't be the only bodyguards there, you know?
Oh, absolutely. You'll be busy protecting me. It's the perfect cover.
Mm. I'm just worried for your team number 2's safety. Wait, are we team number 2?
No,
team
your
number
team.
1 safety.
Well, I didn't have them numbered. Do we have to have
Okay.
them numbered? Would that make
Probably
it
need-
clear?
Probably.
Probably. Well, we got Team Fancy and, well, no, that's not going to work.
Everyone has to be fancy, right?
I guess we'll have Team 1 and Team 2. You are Team 1.
Okay.
Because while the goal is to rob the casino, our main goal, the secret goal, is to get these people out, remove his collateral.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, you said we need to go get dressed, right?
Yep, you need to go get dressed.
Let's go find our garb.
Team 2 will be here this evening. Feel free to, that amount of gold should be sufficient to equip yourselves with whatever you need to protect me and to succeed in our mission. And the clothes, that's all on me.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Not a problem. I will see you this evening. I got a little work to do. And he's gonna get himself
Quick
dressed.
question for Billy. Quick question for you, Billy, before you take off. If we do get into a fight, if we do have to actually physically protect you, do we need to avoid being lethal?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good to know.
If anything, this has proven that the Fletchers are beyond saving.
Alrighty.
All right.
Talk soon.
You'll remember his title is Night Executioner. So
Right. All right, let's go get some fancy clothes.
Yep. Since we are guards, can I just suggest that we like they should be fancy, but also maybe color coordinated, you know, but between the 4 of us all wearing the same thing so that we look like Billy planned our outfits.
That makes sense, yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm sure we all have our favorite colors, and boy, howdy, I'd love to be dressed up real nice to the nines. Pink really makes my eyes pop, but I don't think we all should be wearing pink. That would be stand out, I think, a little too much.
Well, and we don't want to clash with one another, of course.
That's also true.
Gotta really put on the show here.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go buy some stuff.
You walk out into the city of Zarkan, alive with commerce and people going about their day. You can smell the food from various places. You can smell an almost rotten mud smell from the river that just mixes with the rest of this place. The sun is bright and warms your skin as you walk through this town. The place is alive and it's a colorful city. Like I said, most of these buildings are made of mud in some way, or a mud facade that's brightly painted. And Billy, I'm going to say Billy told you where this boutique was. You go through away from more this residential, and then through this town into more of like a bazaar type area. Open markets, there's spices and people selling things, people hawking all sorts of goods as you are walking through, and you see a blue sign. It looks like it's like made of silk, but it seems to just be the way it's painted and the way the wood has been carved, and it says adorned in big letters, and underneath it has the subtitle, The Boutique.
Perfect.
And you enter in, and it is just, there's a few items, these beautiful long ball gowns that spill onto the floor made of fine silks in many colors. There are bolts of silks and linens and materials that you haven't quite seen before. Just bolts of them line the walls. And a halfling woman in a blue silk like pantsuit she doesn't have the coat on, she just has the waistcoat and her crisp white shirt under it. She is up at the top of the ladder trying to pull a bolt down. She grabs it and slides down the ladder. She has brown hair pulled back up into a tight bun. There is a diamond hairpiece that it looks like it's made of silver, but it's made to look like a bow tying her hair up, but it is adorned with diamonds, like real diamonds that glisten, and the arcane lights that she has running along the ceilings of this place. She slides down, puts the bolt at a counter where there are scissors and pin cushions and like tape measures just strewn about. It's everything else here is pristine, but this work area has just multiple projects going on. There's multiple mannequins with half-finished pieces. And she turns to you and says, "Can I help you? Are you lost?"
We were sent by Billy Bones, you know him. We're going to a big event, and this is our first guarding session, and we want to look appropriate for the occasion.
Sir Bones sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what is it you would like me to craft for you?
Me personally, I would like, it needs to be open enough where I can, get to access to anything that I need to help defend Billy, of course, but on the fancier side, I'm thinking like, kind of a dress up top, but if I could get some baggy pants, you see my tail gets in the way sometimes, I'd love to just like curl it around this left leg. So like a baggy pants situation with like a dress kind of hanging over top of it a little bit.
She is wearing the clackiest high heels. And she just like comes up to you. She only comes up to like your thigh. She's 3 feet at most. And she pulls a measure and she wraps it around the top of your tail and just pulls the rest down and takes a measurement, pulls a little notepad out of her thing and just is marking. You think they're numbers, you don't know. It's just like looks like chicken scratch to you. And she says, now we can make this tail work. Like it could be the focus point of this piece. Do you like your tail?
I like my tail, but it gets in the way of when I'm guarding people. That's why, like, I'm just gonna wrap it around this left leg here, and I don't want it to look out of place. So I'd like a flowy set of pants where both legs look like they're hiding something.
She nods and she says, okay. And what are you thinking for colors? Your scales are gorgeous. Well, how do you think you want to accentuate that?
Oh gosh. Give me just a second. Group. What's Billy's color? What calls Billy's name? Because we need to be his guards, right?
What color is his hat above the table?
His hat is like a blue velvet with a large I want to say his the feather is like big and red. But as far as you've seen, he wears all sorts of colors. Are you familiar with what a Lance Connect is? Like, it's like they were known for wearing like brightly colored padded armor. Like, so he wears like oranges and greens, and like you've seen him in all sorts of different armor. But yeah, his hat is mostly this like blue velvet.
Okay. Okay, wait. Let me just run this by y'all. I'm thinking contrasting colors, so like that blue that he has in his hat, but then if we have like accent notes of orange or maybe gold to go with it, I think that would go really well.
Do you have any glittery gold material, Kay?
Kay she says, oh, absolutely. And she goes up to one of the racks of bolts and like pulls it out, and like it turns around and she pushes it back in and pulls a bolt of fabric off of the backside of this thing. And it looks like it almost looks like it's brown in a certain light, but you can see it has like threads of gold put through it. So in the light, when the light catches it, it turns golden.
Nice.
Get behind that. Yeah. So we're thinking something to the tune of probably not full-on velvet, but like that this hat. You've seen Billy's hat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're thinking like that lovely blue, and then some hints and accents of the gold there would be great.
We want to make sure we look like we belong with him.
She says, well, that will be both easy and hard. That man stands out. He's an incredible fashion enigma, and yet very easy to please.
Good.
Yeah, I see that.
But I guess I've taken up. Wait, what do you all need? What do you want with your outfits? I've been taking up so much time.
Oh, you're fine.
I think my as in Merlin's outfit could be very similar to Fenn's, as we are both Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
She says, she looks at you and she says, so does Merlin carry a spell book? Like, is your spell book an actual book that you keep on you?
Let's see. Yes.
Okay. She says, I can make you a nice leather harness for that book. keep it close to you. And your friend here needs mobility. I feel like you ooze elegance. How would you feel about a robe? Are you opposed to a robe?
Absolutely not opposed. That was actually what I had in mind.
A split tail down the back, 2 tails on a robe so your tail can move freely. Move the fabric around. It needs to be light fabric. It needs to have movement and majesty and a little mystery.
Sounds amazing.
And she again, it's like while y'all are talking, she is just full on taking your measurements and listening and nodding and like holding like swatches of things that she just has like it seems like she has a notebook filled with like pieces of fabric on her that she keeps pulling things out and looking at it. And she says, "You with the gorgeous horns. How do you feel about horn jewelry?"
Very into it.
She says, "I know a person. I know.
Fantastic.
Gold. Gold feels very good for you."
Works for me. And I think I'm not very picky when it comes to clothes. I just need things that fit a little bit closer to the body. Getting fabric stuck in the wheelchair wheels is not fun, nor is it cute.
She says, "Do you have any other problems with clothing that I should be aware of?"
I'm a little on the thicker side, so it's got to fit well.
Mm. She says, I'm sorry to impose, but may I climb onto the chair to take your measurements?"
Oh yes, of course. Thank you for asking.
And she like sidles up and she like has you lean forward a little bit in the chair and like takes measurements and says,
I also can stand for brief amounts of time if that's helpful.
She says, "That absolutely would." And yeah, she'll continue to take measurements and then she eventually comes to you, Gift. She says, "And what would you like, dear?"
Pockets, pauldrons, apron.
Interesting. An apron. An apron, but make it fashion. She says, "I can do that." And she says, "A lovely gown, not quite floor length, with a beautiful silk trimmed apron at the front. Pauldrons. She goes and finds a piece off the mannequin that has like those Renaissance style like puffed pieces, like puffed out shoulders, and she says, "A little like this."
If not,
Excellent. We'll have the you're looking for that blue, those blue sapphire tones, and with the gold peeking out from underneath. Very good, very good.
mini pockets, subtle.
Many pockets. Oh, I can give you so many pockets.
She
We
smiles.
can we can hide them in all the ruffles of this gown. You could be searched many times and they won't find that one knife.
She smiles.
She says, very good, very good. And Sir Bones, told me that he would be paying for. This is all for the autumn gala, correct?
Chris?
Yes. I believe so.
Lots of important people are going to see this. Make sure you tell them Kay made this for you.
We most certainly will.
Because I know Sir Bones. He is a kind man and a good man. He's a very forgetful man.
That is so true. Also, I think all of us could use a few extra hidden pockets. We all have things we need to make sure we have on hand.
Satchels. Satchels are important. She writes that down. She says, well, I would at this point hand you an invoice, but it sounds like Sir Bones will be taking care of it. She says, I should have this ready. I'm gonna have to call a few interns. Should have this ready. I should have this ready the morning before the gala.
Alright. Sounds good.
And she says, well, if there's nothing else, I need to get to work. And she starts, like, she pulls scissors out of, like, she's carrying scissors that are, like, probably a third of her height. Like, that she, like, operates with two hands and just, like, but expertly slides along fabric. And she starts getting at her table, which has, like, it's not just one stool. It's, like, 4 stools that she just, like, kind of hops around over.
It's the way it's done.
And she begins to get to work on your outfits for the autumn gala. Yeah. Is there so Billy, the satchel of money that he gave you, 2,500 gold pieces.
All right.
A mix of gold and platinum.
Holy cow.
Okay. I'm gonna try to cut more of a imposing jib than normal. So I'd like to use some of that money to buy some, more soldiery weaponry, if I could, if you're okay with it. I've got the rapier here. I'll keep that on me, but like a shield and a glaive or something would probably look menacing as a guard.
Absolutely. I just desperately wanted a movable rod.
Now, did we let anyone go from the town? I whisper quietly to the group.
Anyone
Did
go?
any of the Acid Guard get back here? Because we know that Jax knows what I look like and what Gift looks like and what Grief looks like. If no one from the Acid Guard knows what Merlin looks like, Merlin can come in just looking like Merlin. We can't do that, because even though I mean, we are being guards, but, like, it's gonna be a pretty obvious thing, So, I could buy a disguise self potion for myself, but if we can get away with Merlin not disguising, that'll save us a little bit of money. Unless, Merlin, you know how to cast disguise self, in which case, what am I even talking about?
I do know how to cast disguise self.
Oh, good, it's just me then. Okay.
Now, I can only disguise myself for about an hour, so... And I imagine this gala is going to be longer than that.
That's a good point. And I mean, like, the disguise self potions, from what I understand, when you buy them, they're about the same. Where you get about an hour out of them.
All right.
Gift shrugs.
Maybe with us looking so fancy, I don't know. It might be
Maybe.
enough.
Could one cast disguise self repeatedly?
I think it's
Yeah.
a first level spell, so it does take slots.
Yes, yeah, if it is a spell slot, you would have to spend the spell slot. It takes one action to cast. So you could cast it like right at that hour mark and it would just continue to roll over, but you're gonna expend your uses of it. I don't know how many of you have it at will. I think just the warlock. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times Grief can do it. Just the one.
Once per long rest.
Ah,
Yeah, because it's just, I think it's from a tattoo. Yeah, it's the masquerade tattoo.
okay. Well, in that case, I mean, if we don't want to waste all of our resources just on disguising ourselves, so maybe throw that plan out, but we do need to make ourselves... How do we keep Jax and crew from noticing us then? Or at least, what can we do to keep them from suspecting us of anything?
We should all wear masks. If they all look the same, it's part of our uniform.
It is a gala.
What?
She
I like
casts
that.
disguise self on herself and gives herself like a classic sort of veil and goes,
I think that could work nicely.
Alright. Yeah, we can go with that.
in Gift's head, she's thinking, we're going to pretend to be assassins. It's not that far off.
It's really not that far off. So, Fen, it sounds like you're going to look for weaponry.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Actually, I have a different... you know what? Yes. There's gotta be a hair dyer in town too, right?
Yeah, I mean there's plenty of places that will sell you some sort of concoction that smells terrible that will change your hair color. Yes.
Great, fantastic. Maybe that will throw them off. Because I'm looking around town. I'm guessing I'm not seeing a lot of specifically gem dragonborn hanging around.
No, not in Zarkan. Zarkan is one of the 5 human kingdoms. Most people here are human. Though there are a few elves, half elves. There's some, there's a very rarely you'll see somebody that clearly has some sort of elemental or fiendish background, but still it seems mostly human.
Yeah. All right, yes, I'm gonna go invest in some hair dye and also some weapons then.
Okay. Yeah. So you come to there is absolutely a blacksmith here who, while you haven't seen many Dragonborn, you come into this shop, and there is a Dragonborn, a red Dragonborn, at the anvil, hammering out some sort of sword or blade. It's hard to tell at this stage, but she stands up as you enter, and she says, Well, hello, brother. No, sister. You're.
Hello. How are you doing? My name's Fen. Good to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. It is. She's speaking to you in Draconic, and she said, "It's good to speak the tongue again."
Yeah, you don't get to do that much around these parts, I suppose. Hey, so I'm interested in getting a polearm of some type, a good guarding polearm, if that makes sense. I was thinking glaive. Could go with something else though.
A glaive. Interesting. She's kind of assessing you, and like you can tell she's like sizing you up for the type of weapon that you can hold and properly use. Are you proficient in that kind of polearm?
Absolutely not.
Okay. She's sizing you up, and she says, "Okay, I might have something." And she says, "Give me a moment." And she goes and rummages around, and let's see. What are you proficient in?
I've got simple weapons. Hold on. Do crossbow hand. Thanks. Long sword, rapier, short sword, and simple weapons.
Okay. So you're not actually proficient in anything that will actually give you reach.
Of course not.
So what would she come back with? She says she comes back and she has a spear. It's about as tall as you are. Like it is still a good, 7 feet long. But it's mostly wood. The handle is made of this braided leather. The tip of it isn't just like the normal triangular tip. It's almost like a small short sword is on the tip of the spear, and a long looks like horsetail is tied right underneath the blade for ease, to make the handle of this not slippery during battle.
Nice.
And she says, "Well, I have this. This might be useful for you. It will offer you some. It doesn't quite have the ability to. It doesn't really extend your range in close quarters combat, but could be useful. You could throw it. It's long enough. It looks very regal."
That'll be important. We are guarding one of the higher ups here at an event in the next few days, so regal's probably good.
She says, it does take a considerable amount of strength to wield this. Are you sure this will be a good choice for you?
Okay, well, let me put it to you another way. Guarding is not my normal thing, as you've interpreted. You get that. But it's not so much that I want it for actual use. It's more that I think that having it will look more imposing than my normal daggers would,
I understand. And she unties just a black horsehair, and she goes back into her shop and she pulls out one that is this orange color. This like yellowy orange, like somewhere in that range, and says, "There you go. Make you stand out a little bit more."
Well, appreciate it.
It's good. It looks blood-stained.
Right. Now, when you are outfitting people for combat and for guard duties, you wouldn't give somebody both a spear and a shield, right? That'd be a little overboard.
No,
Or am I
that
overthinking this?
a buckler might be good.
Okay.
Provides some small range without encumbering the use of the spear two-handed.
Yeah. Buckler. I like that idea. Could maybe get that.
She says, I actually have a few ready to go. I will need a little bit to tie the leather to it, but shouldn't take long.
Great. That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
And it's just like a small shield. It's only about like this big around. And it has leather straps to attach like right at the front of your arm, right underneath your hand, to just offer a little bit of protection when using that offhand. So
Great. That would be fantastic. And yeah, I mean, this is more than anything for me decorative, just because I know I can guard this fella fairly well. It's just no one's going to respect my normal means of guarding people. And I would like them to.
he says, looking the part is a good chunk of being a good warrior.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'll come back. Do you need money up front, or is it
Well-
payment upon receipt?
Well, she says the spear you can take now if you would like. The spear is with the leather and the horsehair. She's gonna say 1 gold, 5 silver.
Okay. Got it.
And what is the shield? Where is the armor? Armor. It's a buckler. I know, like, shields are so weird in 5e because there's not a difference between like a tiny shield and a big shield. Like,
No, yeah. they did not different. They were like shields. They got the one. Enjoy.
yeah. She'll say this is 2 gold pieces. It is a solid metal piece. It has bands reinforcing it with rivets.
Gotcha.
And if
Is
you
it-
want, I can take that out of the money that Billy gave us. I can keep track of that if y'all would like me to.
Yeah, that probably would make sense. I just took it out of my own gold.
Ah,
a
keep
silly
it gold.
person.
We'll take it out of what Billy gave us.
I mean, somebody's got to use that money. But yeah, thank you very much. I'll be back for the buckler then. That's fantastic.
She says,
But-
yeah, I should have that couple hours. I gotta cut down some leather.
Great.
You will certainly look the part.
All right, fantastic. I'll be back soon then.
All right, you exit the shop and y'all are just kind of looking around this bazaar. And what else are you looking for?
Are there
Wow.
any tattoo artists around?
Tattoo artists. Give me an investigation check.
Oh no, I'm not signed in. One moment. Apologies.
Technical difficulties. No worries.
I'm just looking for like basic adventuring gear, like
basic adventure gear.
Yeah. And
Well-
I can, it's however you want to do it is fine. I can also just look up what it all costs and send you an itemized.
Yeah, well, we can play this out. There is one large shop here. I don't know if you've ever seen like old shops in New York City that have like literally everything they sell listed out in their windows. Like there's one shop here called Trinkets, and it says scrolls, general goods, potions, trinkets. Trinkets is on there 3 times in different
Perfect.
fonts from different time periods.
My investigation check is 25.
25. You absolutely find a tattoo artist. It seems like tattooing is not uncommon. So are you looking for, I have a question. Are you looking for magical tattoos or just a regular tattoo? It's probably going to be the same person regardless, but I'm just curious.
I'm looking to see if someone can give me a barrier tattoo.
A barrier tattoo. Okay. Yeah, there is a you find a shop, and inside it's lit by torches. Even though it's a bright day, it's dark in here. And there's just, it's like, it seems like this isn't so much a shop as somebody just like sectioned off part of their shop and rented it out to someone else. And there's this human man in there, just head to toe tattoos, and he says, "How can I help you?"
Hey, I was wondering if you could give me a barrier tattoo by chance?
A barrier tattoo. This is, let me take a look. And I need to pull up my discerning merchants guide real quick, so give me a second to do that. I have it here. Because 5th edition decided, oh, we're not going to tell you what things cost. I have to have another guide. A barrier tattoo. Okay. He says, yeah, I can. It kind of depends on how big of one you want.
Do you have multiple types by rarity by chance?
Yes, he would be able to do the uncommon, rare, or very rare version of this barrier tattoo. It really just does. I think mechanically, even it depends on the size of the tattoo you get, the amount of power that's imbued with it.
Let's go with the very rare one.
He says, okay, that's gonna take I'm gonna have to have you come back, and that's gonna be 6,000 gold pieces with all the gems I have to crush.
Merlin starts breaking down into tears and says, no, that it's okay.
He says, I could do the small one. I can do that one today, 200 gold pieces. You can get the little bit bigger one, 1,100 gold. Sorry, 1,500 gold.
I'll get the 200 pieces one.
He says, all right. Look at this up. Let me look this up here. So, the uncommon version. So yeah, where are you looking to have it? I could put it wherever it's gonna be if you want your forearm, your upper arm, what you looking for?
Upper arm on the left side, please.
All right. He starts he actually pulls out a little crucible to start melting down some metal.
Nice.
And just kind of mixes that with the crucible. As it heats up, you can see that there are runes just kind of carved into the crucible itself to keep the metal liquid once it's melted. and he dips the tattoo gun into it and gets to work. What do you want this tattoo to look like?
A glow-in-the-dark, complex fractal of some sort.
All right. A complex fractal. Okay. I don't know why, like a series, like in mathematics they call them sponges, like the fractals of like triangles. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind with me. So, but yeah, you whatever you want to look like, that's what it looks like. So he gets to work on it. Yeah, it takes up from like your elbow up to your shoulder. And while he's doing it, he says, "Yeah, if you come back, I can like expand this for you. Make it a little bigger if you got the money then, but you know, we'll work on this piece. We'll make it a little project."
Awesome.
Name's Gil, by the way. What's your name?
Hi, Gil. My name is Merlin. Thank you for doing this.
He says, "No problem, no problem. Not many people want magical tattoos. They usually want just normal tattoos." And yeah, I don't get to do this very often. I enjoy it. And yeah, you get this fractal on your arm. It only takes a couple hours to get that done.
Sorry, team.
No
That's
worries
what
at all.
that's what this episode is for.
Also, that 200 gold can come out of Billy's money too. I don't personally mind.
So yeah, your AC is now 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
Nice.
Merlin jumps outside of the shop and immediately starts doing a head spin on the dirt on the ground in celebration.
Yeah.
Love it.
Somebody tries to like give you like a copper coin, thinking that you're busking.
Makes sense.
I take the coin gratefully. You never know when that.
Give a little performance check. Let's see how this goes.
Oh my gosh.
You could do a strength performance check if you wanted to, but I'm assuming charisma is probably going to be a little better.
I got a 3.
A 3? Okay, you get a copper piece.
Very encouraging.
Yeah, definitely a tough crowd out here. Like, Grief, you see this shop, Trips Trinkets, and you go inside, and that's where we're actually going to take a little break, and we'll come back to more of this little shopping episode. So
Awesome.
all right, folks, we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Well, no, sorry, 10 to 15 minutes. Give us plenty of break. Get yourself hydrated, get some snacks, bring a friend, come back, and we'll be back in a little bit. See y'all soon.
Dude, thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you all had a good break, got a snack, got a drink, and are now settling back in for the rest of our little adventure here. So are you all like kind of meeting up together to get into this shop?
I need to pick up something special. I don't know if they'll have that or that. Other than that, sure.
Okay. What is it you're looking for?
I need to find some poison. Specifically, I'm looking for poison that will make you very sick very fast. It doesn't have to kill you though. Like I'm looking for stomach cramps, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea.
Okay.
The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Yeah. No, I can't do that. I'll do the whole movie. Okay, well, we'll start with grief, and we'll go from there. So you come into this shop, and it is just stacked, like top to bottom, shelves just everywhere, like a little too, like, things seem like precariously placed on this, on shelves. Things are just full. You come in directly to right in the front is a thing that says bargain bin, and it's just like, it's a barrel full of things, and you see a human man in here, dark brown skin, large beard that is just graying in random places, and he has, his arms are just dirty and hairy, like, there's just mystery dirt like all over his arms. It looks like he's been working with something. One of his eyes kind of droops, almost looking like it's permanently shut, and he looks to you and he says, oh, how can I help?
Hey, I'm just looking for a handful of random adventuring items. I don't know if I should just look around and look for things or give you a list.
You can look around, give me a list. I got things. I might have things. I got more things in the back.
Do you have an immovable rod?
Movable rod. Oh, right. And he goes to, there is a door behind the counter, which the counter also has like just shelves like placed against it where he has put even more goods, bottles, and things like that. And what looks like to be one of the deadbolts on the door, he like clicks it, and the immovable rod comes from on that deadbolt, what looks like a deadbolt, but was in fact an immovable rod. He's like, I got one, low used.
That works for me. Need some ball bearings, some caltrops, a pair of manacles.
Manacles. Like for the hands, for the feet, for
hands.
For hands, for like, are we talking like ogre? We're talking like, or we're talking like just a really big guy? Like, what do you want?
Oh, just like medium creature.
Medium guy.
You know, yeah, just average guy.
All right, I got average manacles. And he looks around and he, like, it looks like this guy, like, it looks like he should be, based on the size of his beard and the size of his head, that this guy should be bigger, but he's a little like scrawny. And he's just like pulling things off of shelves, and he says, he pulls a manacle that like, it has the chain that's supposed to go to the other manacle, and the other manacle's not there, and he's like, no, I got that somewhere. And he goes looking around more, and he says, give me 10 minutes and a hammer. I'll get this right set up for you.
All right, no problem. I'll just peruse. And while I peruse, I'm gonna look for a glass bottle, just a normal grappling hook, not like a fancy one, just the kind that's on the rope. A mirror and a flask.
All of these things are things you can find. This has like a thrift store vibe. Like,
perfect.
So it looks like he just goes places and collects things and puts out the nicest things he has, but they're not that nice.
That's fine. They'll get the job done.
He says what he pokes up over one of the shelves, or like in between like a hole in one of the shelves, and he says, what do you need all this stuff for?
Oh, you know, this and that.
This and that?
Just normal adventuring precautions.
I get it. You used to be an adventurer. Like, yeah.
You know, Billy Bob Bones?
Well, I make potions for Billy Bob Bones.
Yeah, we're working for him, so
Oh, you're gonna need. He's like, well, I got a better grappling hook then.
fantastic.
And he goes and he gets one, like the one you see there, like it's starting to rust the handle. He gets one that has like slightly bigger hooks. Although it looks like one of the hooks has been like hammered back into place. He says, you might want to not use that one. Like, you don't try not to land that hook on the thing. It might be a little harder, but like should be good. Should hold.
Works for me.
It's all about the rope anyway.
I hear you.
So basically everything here for just general adventuring goods, half off. Because everything here is
Ooh,
has been loved before.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so then the math that I had on it was, I think, 513 gold and 2 copper. So just cut that in half.
For the general goods, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just pulled it off of the normal, like, list of prices. Because
Mhm.
most of this is just on the standard adventure gear thingy.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, cool.
You see that behind the counter he has it says in a big sign, it says magic scrolls, and it's just like cubby holes filled with like papers of various ages and conditions. And he has like, let's see what he's got. Yeah, in the bargain bin, he has there's just a sack that says potatoes that has 1 potato in it.
Fascinating.
There's all sorts of things in here. You see that for some reason there's a receipt in this bargain bin, like somebody just left a receipt, but it's not from here. It's like it's written in Elvish, and it has the name of an Elvish town in it. Like,
How curious.
there's a nice rock in here. It's just little weird things. He says he pulls up a jar. He says, "You need some dragon blood?"
I don't think I need any dragon blood. That's quite an interesting item.
I got everything's interesting. Just all of it. I got all sorts of things. And he pulls out this little piece of metal. I got a cookie cutter. It's a cookie cutter. It's shaped like a unicorn. Make unicorn cookies.
That's fantastic. We'll take the unicorn cookie cutter.
He says, all right, 2 silver.
Fantastic.
Good doing business.
Uh,
You can all be
Alright.
here if you want. So just letting y'all know.
I was gonna say, I'm browsing around town, still looking for any sort of hair dyes. Does this thrift store happen to have hair dyes that look reliable?
He has a rack of various potions, and yes, he does have hair dyes. It looks
Oh,
like he
boy.
makes a lot of these things himself, but they seem okay. Like, I mean, actually, what check
Hair
do you want
dye
to
from a
make?
thrift store. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, now we've all bought things that like from like a gas station or pharmacy and used them and probably shouldn't have.
Mhm,
Sometimes you gotta
mhm,
get what you can afford, man.
Very
mm.
true.
Gosh, what would this be?
You can make an Arcana or investigation check.
Well, my investigation is much better, but if you think Arcana makes more sense.
Or if you're proficient in alchemist supplies, you can make an alchemist supplies
No.
check.
Wait, what are my proficiencies? Cartographer's tools and thieves' tools. So I don't think that's gonna. Woo, wow, though. I'm gonna say I'm gonna call it an Arcana check because I think that's fair anyway. So that's a 21.
A 21?
Yeah.
It looks legit. He sees you eyeing it. He's like, All natural. All natural. It's a displacer piece. Displacer beast blood.
Oh,
Will turn anything a bright purple. Literally anything. And he like lifts up his arm and like his elbow is like covered in like a splotch of purple.
oh. All right. Guess you gotta be careful with that. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. And Fen puts the bottle up on the counter for.
He says, he thinks about it for a second. He's like, I can give that to you 5 silver.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
He says, you working for Billy? You doing something dangerous?
I mean, hopefully not. I mean, we'll be doing some adventuring for him eventually, but right now we're just acting as bodyguards. You know those fun events where the high and mighty all meet together and they got their bodyguards and the guards hang out and the high and mighty people hang out. We're doing one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, ideally, hopefully not. We don't want anything to go down here. That'd be bad.
Got all the fancy people. You think you might fall off a building? I know I fall off a building.
You know, we have been on top of buildings a weird amount.
I got a feather. Make it you fall real slow, just real slow.
How much for the feather?
75.
Okay, well, activation wise, how do I the feather's not just always on, I'm assuming, right?
No. It is a feather token. Let me see. Feather token, feather fall. So this, I'll say this is actually like a feather made of metal instead of being a coin. But when you fall at least 20 feet while the token is on your person, you descend 60 feet per round. So it is always kind of active, but it doesn't click in until you fall in 20 feet. So he's
okay.
like, not a short building. Short buildings are more dangerous. Fall off of. Well, or is that cats? That might be cats.
Huh.
You're not a cat.
You know, that sounds worth it. Yeah, tell you what.
Do it.
I'll take it.
Pleasure.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is a one-time use item. If it will become non-magical. If you end up
Sad.
having to use it. But I mean, if you are falling more than 20 feet, you're probably going to be happy about it.
True. Cool. I'll add that in. Man, we're gonna have to come back here when we have more time to just peruse.
Well, I got all sorts of things. I go on weekends. I get more things.
It's awesome.
I'm closed on 6th day, 7th day. Like it's just, and sometimes on 3rd day. Sometimes I close the shop early. You know, just show up. I'll be here.
I've lived with this person.
All right. I don't think I need anything else. I think I'm good with my little haul.
It's like, I got expensive things. I got cheap things. I got he points to that potato sack. He's like, that sack got a potato. It always has potato. One potato.
Wait, it always has one potato?
Always has one potato.
So if you take the potato out, there's another potato inside?
No, you take that potato, eat the potato, and then there's another potato.
Oh,
Gotta eat the potato first. I
Oh.
don't know why. I don't make the rules. Found it.
that is fascinating. Hmm.
Is it a particularly good like cooking potato that comes out?
You got a little cayenne and maybe a little ketchup. Probably be fine. Maybe
Okay.
chop it up, put some eggs in it.
Fascinating.
I don't know. Grief. Does that sound like? I almost feel like that would be something Gift would be interested in. I don't know. Is Gift hanging
knows?
around in the?
Assumably, Gift is looking for poison, but I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Fair.
Give me an investigation check, Gift, since you're looking for poison.
That's an 11.
An 11. Okay. You don't have any background features that would lead you here, so I'm gonna say that you don't find anyone that would probably sell you poison, but Tripp's Trinkets does have a sign that says alchemical supplies.
Okay.
And you think maybe, and then you open the door and Fen and Grief are here. So
Oh hey.
Oh, hey, look at this weird bag. It has a potato in it. And if you take the potato out and eat the potato, another potato shows up in the bag.
Oh, she smiles at this. She goes and looks at it and kind of squeezes the potato.
it's a decent potato. Like it's a good baker potato, you know. It's a nice russet. Yeah.
Okay.
This bag looks like it used to hold 10 pounds of potatoes, but now it just only has the one.
The one.
It's a big sack of potatoes. It's just,
Oh, I got you this, and I will hand you the unicorn cookie cutter.
She takes it and smiles and looks very pleased with it.
and Trip will come up to you and says, how can I help? How can I help?
She says, "Do you have expired anti-nausea medication?"
I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check, and we'll see how this goes. Or you can roll deception if you like are
It's the same either way.
okay.
And of course, I don't roll over 10. It's against the rules. So it's a 12 despite my +7.
And 12. And he says, he looks at you and he says, you know, he looks at Grief and Fen and he says, she with you? She work for Billy? You work for Billy?
Yep. She's with us. Also working for Billy.
You need dangerous things.
She nods.
I got you. And he goes and like he actually looks, he just goes to the rack that's in front of you of bottles of like various like chemicals, and he's like, he hands you one that looks like just like a brown ichor, and then he hands you another one that looks like yellowy and has some sort of precipitate in it, and he's like, look, you mix those, you just like you take a bowl, you put them together, you wait like 3 minutes, make sure you do it outside. I did it inside once and I took a long nap, and don't do that inside. You need the wind, you need the air, and you do that, you put it in another bottle, and you can put people to sleep. You want something a little more dangerous, you can take us another one that's red. This one, make people sick.
She smiles.
All sorts of things. Make sure the stoppers stay in. Ruin the mini bag. And he's like, "Do you need a bag? I got bags." All right, I'll throw her in the bag. He's like, he hands you 3 balance. He says, "Oh, she's 5 gold."
Sounds good.
You're gonna do that out of the party loot. Okay.
Yep. I'll do that out of that.
And she looks around the shop a little more. So she has things that could probably make people sick.
Oh, he's like, "Oh, I have Mandrake. Can you Mandrake?"
Mandrake can actually kill people, right? That's not her goal.
Oh, yeah.
Just double checking.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. She shakes her head.
All right. Oh, that might be a little expensive. And he puts the purple. He picks up this bottle of purple ooze. He's like, "This should be in the case," and he goes and puts it in the glass case. He says, "Y'all going somewhere fancy?"
We are.
He pulls out a brown paper bag, and just balled up in the bag is this cloth, and he pulls it out, and he's like, "It's a glamour weave." It just he like kind of shakes it, and it starts like making patterns on it. It dazzle and surprise.
Gift says, "Do you have anything that makes a really annoying noise?"
Huh. Let me see. Let's see what he's got. He's like, "I got a scroll that can make a little dust devil." He's like, what else I got? He's like, "Oh, I got noisemakers. I got like little like." He pulls one out that's actually like, it's one of those spinny noisemakers. It's like this big, and he's just like, "I got one of this," and he starts spinning it over his head.
It's annoying, but not quite right.
Maybe something a little less conspicuous.
He's like, "Oh, you just like a smaller one, or like?"
No, like maybe something that'll like make a distraction, perhaps.
I gotcha. He pulls out a little he pulls out a mandolin that is missing a couple strings, and he says, he plucks it, and it just continues the one note, and it's like, it plays too long, and it's still like just the one note is droning now, like.
That might work, yeah.
And he touches, he mutes the strings, and it stops, like. It's just Troubadour came in, says it played too long. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I can part with that, the 10 gold. Play a little tune, you'll just play.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
I'm just now making up magic items, apparently. He's like, Merlin's not in here, is he? I don't think Merlin came in. Okay, so he's like, feel free to look around. I got whatever you might want. I got all of it's loved and should be loved again.
I think I'm okay as far as supplies go, so if everyone else is good, we'll just I think we're good. hand over whatever we owe him, and thank you. We will definitely be back.
He says, I should be here. Yeah.
Sounds good.
If you got stuff, like if you got things that you want to get rid of, just let me know.
Okay.
I might be able to. I'm always looking for stuff.
All right. If we find anything interesting on our adventures, we're sure to bring it back.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much.
And yeah, you make your way back out into the city of Zarkan. You still have a little time. Is there anything y'all want to do before? So you got some poison. So, looks like y'all got everything y'all were looking for, mostly.
Mhm.
So, then you go and get your buckler, and
Oh, yes.
yeah. So,
Excellent. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. It's gonna look good with my outfit, I think. And hopefully it gives an air of guardianship that my normal look just doesn't do for me.
I hope it gives you the effect you're looking for.
Appreciate it.
And if you ever want to learn some tips on how to hold something a little larger, let me know.
All right. All right.
Always happy to help out.
Appreciate it. Here's the money for the buckler, and thank you so much for all you do, and appreciate it. You haven't just out of curiosity, you haven't seen any Emerald Dragonborn come through here, right?
Not this far south, I don't think.
Okay.
You know, like most of us kind of stick up to the north, but I mean, a few of us have come down looking for various things, but I haven't seen anyone.
Okay.
I'll let you know if I do.
Appreciate it. Thanks. And Finn will head back. She's probably gonna look around and I guess specifically go to Billy Bob Bones and ask about. In an effort to hide my appearance from Jax as much as I can, I've purchased some hair dye, but apparently it's on the dangerous side when it comes to getting. You don't want it touching anything that you don't want dyed. Do you have somebody in your employ who's really good with hair dyes? Because I don't want it to look like a botched job, you know?
He says, let's hold off on that, because if you go to Billy Bob Bones, that's a one beat more than I want to take it right this moment. So we'll get to that. So, so you all start to head back to Billy Bob Bones, and Gift, you hear somebody yell your name from, you're walking along the river back to Billy Bob's house, and somebody yells, Gift? And you look onto one of the ferries on the river that's coming towards this bank is your sister Vita. And she like runs and like jumps onto one of the other ferries that are coming across and then hops onto the bank, almost misses it and hits the water. And you see on the ferry that's still coming is the rest of her party, but she runs up to you and hugs you, and she says, you're here. You're in Zarkan. You made it here. How are you? Oh, right. Don't worry. It seems like you're healthy, and that's what's important. And she
Gives her a
says,
hug.
Vita is a kind of like olive-skinned human woman, long dark hair, kind of curly in places, but mostly the weight of the hair just like holds it straight. But it doesn't seem like she does much else other than maybe tie it back. She is adorned in these like red, like warrior's vestments. She has a sword strapped to her, a shield on her back, and she looks to the rest of you and she says, "You're all still alive. That's really good."
Yep, tugs on Vitha's shoulder and
Yeah.
rustles through her pack and proudly holds out the chocolate-covered caffeine berries that she made for her like 10 sessions ago.
She says, thank you so much." She puts one, she says, "Oh, that's better and delicious."
They'll make you zippy.
Oh, I should have held off on that then. And she kind of lets up this chuckle and she says, while you're coming here, the ferry finally lands at the shore, and a dwarven woman, a tiefling woman, a dwarven woman like stacked in armor, and a tiefling who's in like monk's vestments, and another human woman with like short blonde hair, and just like this dirty like long jacket with like a ratty book in her hand, all come up to you. And Grief and Fen, you know who these people are. This is her party. Brett, who is the dwarf, Bree is the tiefling, and Lynn is the human. And Lynn says to you, "Well, it's good to see all of you again," and kind of gives awkward finger guns, like.
Good to see y'all too.
I'm gonna guess your journey here was a little bit more straightforward. Y'all didn't, I don't know, fall into the Underdark to get here, did you?
Lynn says you went to the Underdark.
We got stories.
Oh, I'm so very interested in that. But no, we live here.
Oh.
Yeah. When did you get in town?
Oh, goodness, a couple days ago?
Days ago, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good.
We were here for the festival. I think it was our first night here.
Oh, excellent. We weren't here. We just got back. But we're just... Vitha says, yeah, it was like a manticore situation. It was, we negotiated. It was fine. But, the manticore sticks to the woods. The people don't cut down. It's, most of what we do is just make sure people stop being mean to the wildlife.
We sold some cheese for a devil. It was awesome.
Vitha just like kind of blanks at that, and like, but Lynn Lynn and Bree brighten up at this. Brett the dwarf, she is like, she always looks a little sullen and a little like her body is 20 feet to the left of where she is. Like she's always seems a little dissociated, and she says, "I would like some cheese. That sounds good."
Rustle.
Some of the best cheese that exists, actually. This devil has been refining it and making a great deal out of it. That was the one thing. Interesting. Devil doesn't like making deals. Very explicitly, does not make deals.
Lynn is just like dumbfounded by this, and just
he's a nice guy.
So you didn't make a deal with this devil?
No. He would not let us make a deal with him. He just wanted help selling his cheese.
I should meet this guy. He sounds cool.
He's a pretty cool guy, honestly. And he's got these really interesting cows.
Oh,
Like Fen said, we've got stories.
Lynn says Underdark House. They cast dancing lights.
They glow, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is
So,
so
like,
cool.
They're so cool.
Brett takes out her knife, just like unsheathes her knife, like almost like a little too startlingly fast, cuts off a piece of the cheese, eats it, and says, "This is nutty and delicious. Thank you." And Vita says, "Well, where are you going? Where are you headed to?"
We are supposed to be going to a gala with Billy Bob Bones. I don't know if you know Billy Bob.
Oh, you're the A team.
Oh, wait. Are you team 2?
Oh, Billy, we
We're
thought we were
numbers.
doing AB.
Maybe we should take this off the street. Hey, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
the Billies.
Bree is like, when everything gets mentioned, Bree is like darting her head around and like it's just like, and
Oh,
like
yeah, we
start-
have a house now. We could go to our house. I don't know when this gala is supposed to be.
the gala's in a couple days.
Okay, yeah.
so-
If you want, we could go to it's apparently our house now.
Well, we're supposed to meet with Bree. Bree the tiefling says we're supposed to be meeting with Billy tonight. So maybe we should all just walk our way to the good knight's home.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So you all make your way. You're not far from his home, and you come in and Billy says, "Oh, good. I'll get his accent. Hold on." He says, "Well, we are all here. Are we ready to get down to the business of thievery?"
Always.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Good spot.
Yeah, that turned out good. I wasn't sure if we were going to get to like some mild planning. I'm bringing in some interesting elements, I hope, for this whole heist thing. So we'll see how all this goes. I'm excited to get into it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, players, for playing. Let's go ahead and do our little sign offs. So we'll start with you, Silver.
Hi, everybody. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as over on YouTube. In either this week or next Monday, we should be rebooting our Capes and Caverns series, which is every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can find our back catalog of Capes and Caverns, which is a superhero-based Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And you can find all of that over on YouTube. Again, Silver_Bulette.
Awesome. Penny.
Hello, my name's Penny, and I have gotten my YouTube channel refigured out. So it's at Outmouse Labs. There are currently 3 JavaScript tutorials up there now for beginners. I'm releasing new tutorials every Friday if you're interested in learning coding and especially scripting for the RPG Maker engine.
That's awesome. Tara.
Hi. So I am a mod for a Twitch channel called Cooking DJ. It's quite out there. Otherwise, I'm usually lurking on Twitch musicians channels and whatnot. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Jaden.
Hello, I am Siliqui Jaden. You can find me on most platforms under the username Fat Sapphic Bro. I mostly hang out on TikTok and make a variety of content, so come hang out with me. Also, just a end of session reminder that we were supposed to be switching today, but we had a little bit of a hiccup. It should be next week that we will be switching over to Lantern Light Adventures instead of playing here on Archangelic's Twitch. So we will put a link in the Twitch chat where you can follow all of our socials. And of course, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to me.
Awesome. And lastly, I'm Archangelic. Hopefully next week you will find us all here on Twitch at Lantern Light Adventures at 7:30 Pacific Sundays, running this game, The Era of the Dragons, for these wonderful people here. Thank you, wonderful people. You can find many links for me personally at my little static website, archangelic.space. If you've missed any of our games, you can find them on our YouTube, which I think I have a thing for that now. Yes. So yeah, you can find us on our YouTube. It's also youtube.com/@Archangelic. There's also playlists at Lantern Light Adventures. Same kind of deal. We'll start posting the VODs there when we switch over. So you might want to go there and subscribe as well. We also have a podcast. You can search for Era of the Dragons wherever you get your podcasts. It's just the audio cast version of what we do here on Sunday nights. Lastly, thank you, User, our producer, for helping us stream this show. We all appreciate you. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. Thank you all again for tuning in. We'll sign off by saying trans rights are human rights. We love you, and we hope to see you next week. Bye, y'all.